Hello, my name is Katie. I made this stained glass window by putting PVA glue onto some plastic and putting different coloured bits of tissue paper onto it. When it was dry, I peeled it off the plastic. Hello, my name is Alexander.
And my name is Amanjot. We made our stained glass window
by putting bits of tissue paper into loads of PVA glue.
Oh, what a fantastic idea. Homemade stained glass windows using tissue paper and PVA glue. Now, you have to make a rough drawing or design first, but you can do it in rough because this will just be a guide. And then cut out some coloured tissue paper to fit the shapes that you've drawn. Now, if you're feeling arty, you can just tear them with your fingers. But if you're feeling lazy, like me, you can use scissors to cut them. There they are. Cut them into shape like that and just place them in onto your picture, into the relevant part of your picture. And look at this, quite complicated shape here. You have to be really careful with this tissue paper because it's very easy to tear. You also have to be very quiet because when you breathe, it blows all over the place. Now, here's a fiddly bit. Just get that on with my finger and that on there like that. And when you've put them all into place, just put that to one side. I'll be going back to that in a minute. Now, to prepare the glue, the messy bit. Now, you need a piece of sticky back plastic that's just a little bit bigger than your design, and put it down shiny side up and keep the backing on. Very important to keep the backing on. Then take some PVA glue, about a cupful, and this is the messy bit. Just pour it into the centre of your sticky back plastic. Now, this is just the ordinary PVA glue, you know, the white school glue that you get in the squidgy bottles, just pouring it all over. And the idea is to create a glue rectangle that's about the same size as your original picture. Now, to do this, I'm just going to brush it out using a brush like this, and brush it very carefully. Make sure you don't brush it out too thinly, because what we're looking for here is a nice, thick layer of PVA glue. Now, you've seen me use PVA glue many times. Really versatile stuff, you know. And just brush the glue into a rectangle that's just a little bit bigger than your original design. And now, the fun bit. Just referring to your original picture, just place your tissue paper shapes onto the glue and copy your original picture by placing them in the same position as they were on your original picture. So just put that there. Now, it can be a little bit messy to do this, because if you've got glue on your fingers, and the tissue paper sticks to it, you just persevere with it. And you can just build your picture up like this again, just putting them all into the original positions. Just put that in there, I think, like that. And one more. I think I'll put that one in there this time. Just a little change. And then my two fish. One, very carefully into the glue there. And one very carefully into the glue on the other side. Now, all the time, just laying it very carefully into the glue, trying not to ruck up the tissue paper. And there's just a little eye, and on you go. And when you've put all your main pieces into place, if you're doing an underwater scene like this, then you have to fill in all of these gaps with some blue pieces of tissue paper and just tear them into thin strips. And again, this is great fun to do. Just lay them down into that sticky, wet glue and fill in all the gaps. I'll just do these couple here like that, just to show you, just plopping them into the glue. And when you've done all of the gaps, you'll have something that looks like this. Look at this. There it is. It's a sort of tissue paper mosaic, and the glue is now completely covered. And now, the bad news, more sticky. You have to put another cup of PVA glue on top of the tissue. So you're sort of creating a PVA glue sandwich with tissue paper in between it, and just carefully pouring it on. Now, you have to be very careful when you're doing this, because you don't want to move any of that tissue paper out of place. Otherwise, your picture is completely spoilt. So do it very carefully. There it goes. Just oozing it all on. And then again, very carefully take a brush and start to spread it out, but watch out for the tissue paper. Whatever you do, don't brush too hard. Otherwise, you'll move the paper and spoil your work. And then, when you've got a nice thick layer of PVA glue on top of your tissue paper, don't spread it out too much, you need a nice thick layer, then just leave your PVA glue sandwich to dry. Now, because your glue is so thick, it may take some time to dry, and in actual fact, mine have taken 2 or 3 days to dry. And look what happens. You can tell when your PVA glue is nice and dry because it goes shiny and see-through. You can always test it with your finger. Just put your finger into it like this, and then when it's completely dry, just pull up one of these corner edges like that, and then pull it off the back like that of your sticky back plastic. Look at that. And there it is. You have a stained glass window out of tissue paper and PVA glue. And just to finish it off nicely, cut out a card frame to go around it and just place it into position and then stick it. You can stick it using tape or glue or even more PVA glue if you like. And there it is, a PVA and tissue stained glass window. And then you just hang it up. Or you could even tape it to a window. Look at this, and watch what happens when the light shines through it. Look at that, a stained glass window. And the frame makes it look as if it's inside a fish tank. Try it yourself, a tissue paper and PVA glue stained glass window. And I'll see you next time. Ta-ra!